Mine probably wasn't.
Sometimes like that meeting that you came when I went to
Oh, I probably didn't.
no, well, I
Should
forgot.
add that to the list.
It was on my list today and I still forgot to
Hey, he's gonna start.
Okay, welcome everybody to the final meeting of the trimester, final ordinary meeting of the trimester. Triennium, trimester, triennium it is. Are there any? Let's begin with the current year. Just if you could all please check that you've got your microphones on, that would be appreciated. We just have Charlotte online, I believe. You hear okay, Charlotte?
Yep, I can hear great. Can you hear me?
Yes, we've got you.
Excellent.
We only have one apology from Councillor Hughes. I'll move that. Seconder, please. Thanks, Tom. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Against? There are none. Donald.
Through you, Mr. Chairman, do we have to make a motion to give the CEO authority through the election period?
Yes.
Because we're without a exec.
it's still in place. No.
Steve?
As I understand, we've certainly never done it in the past here.
We have.
Well, I'm happy to be guided by Mr. Neeld on that issue, but certainly we have you remain office until midnight on the day of the declaration results, and new members come into office at 12:01. If there's some reason we need to call an emergency council meeting, we will do so.
Okay, right.
Chair, the
delegation
manual that you adopted earlier this year covers all of those procedures and policies. So the council keeps on moving, and it's delegated within its lanes. And if there's an emergency situation, there's provisions in there that deal with that as well.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So let's move on. Tab number 5. So we have the Taranaki VTM project written comment. We've just been through the policy and planning meeting, and we're about to hear from Finbar again.
Through you, Chair, so we do have the option of doing that presentation again for the benefit of Donald, who was not here. However, I think we canvassed the issues quite well. I might just summarise the findings of the recommendations from that committee. So the recommendations were to endorse the submission subject to 4 changes. Those changes were to include a recommendation and reference to the panel needing to get further information about the potential economic impact on fisheries, tourism, recreation and human health in terms of the costs that the application might have on those aspects. To strengthen some of the language around the information deficiencies rather than the panel consider them, consider those deficiencies, that the panel actually, we recommend that they address them, just to strengthen that up. To include reference that with regards to Motoranga Māori, we're deferring to other parties who will be engaged in the process, who can provide detailed advice on that, and also referring back to the judgments of the Supreme Court on that matter with regards to the role of tikanga and treaty settlements. And then finally, drawing on our previous submissions, including a paragraph or two on enforcement and compliance and how we would like to be involved in that process and work with the EPA.
Thanks, Wimba. Donald, you happy?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so yes, we discussed this at length just at our prior meetings. So if you look at the recommendations here on page 7, we're adding one recommendation at the top, so all the others will shuffle down. A will become B, B will become C, etc., all the way down to G. The recommendation that we're adding is delegates, council chair, PMP chair, and chief executive. The final comments to be submitted by council. Okay, so that is delegating as we discussed in that meeting.
I'm happy to move.
Happy to move. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Benita. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Against? There are none. Okay, well done. Thank you, Wimba, and thank you, team, for all of the work you put into that. Tab number 6, we have the ordinary council meetings. We're receiving the minutes. Any changes, any discussion? Okay, I'll move that we receive them. Seconder, please. Thanks, Neil. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Against? Or none. Tab number 7, receipt of Regional Transport Committee meeting minutes, 28th of August. Alan.
I would say they're all accurate and there's nothing really to highlight coming from them, so thank you for that.
Happy to move.
Happy to move.
No, second, Chair.
Moved by Tom. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Against? There are none. Item number 8, Ops and Reg Committee meeting, 2nd of September. Donna, you chaired that meeting. Anything to?
I never chaired that meeting, Susan,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'll move, Chair.
You'll move it.
but I can second it.
You can second it. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
No.
Against? There are none. Sorry, this one, Donna. Item number 9. Any changes?
Yeah,
to add?
no changes. Just really great to see the council involved in some proactive work around the water resilience in Taranaki.
Okay, happy to move.
I'll move, yeah.
Yep. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Against? There are none. Solid waste, 4th of September.
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Happy to move. No changes.
No changes. Just to draw people's attention to the fact of the illegal dumping issues, and there might be legislative change coming for that. So.
Seconder. Neil?
I can second it, I wasn't.
Yes, yes, you can still second it. All those in favour,
Pray
please
for
say
one.
aye. Against? There are none. And receipt of Audit and Risk Committee.
No, it's all pretty fait accompli, Chair, so I'll move.
Happy to second.
Second. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Against? There are none. All right. Mike, Amy, annual report.
Thank you, Chair. I'll introduce the annual report and let Amy attend to any of the detailed questions that you might have. So this is the completion of our statutory responsibilities and accountability and reporting for the 24-25 year. So we had the 24-34 long-term plan, and this was reporting on the first year of the implementation of that plan. A highly successful year, and just in the vast majority of our operational activities, we've met, if not exceeded, our targets that we set ourselves. Financially, it's been a successful year. We were able to keep well within budget, and we had some ups and downs on some of our movements at the end, and came out with a very positive result. So we've been through a comprehensive audit process, and I've been advised this morning that we will be receiving an unmodified audit opinion. There are no major issues that have been identified by our auditor, and there are a range of what I describe as housekeeping, relatively minor matters which will come through in their report, which will go to the first Executive Audit and Risk Committee meeting of the new council, the new triennium. We've formatted the annual report very similarly to the LTP, so there's that flow, that consistency of direction from the LTP into the annual report, and consistency of presentation. We continue to dot the last I's and cross the last T's with the auditors. There are no major changes from either the first draft of the annual report you saw on Tuesday or the updated draft you saw on Thursday. They continue to be minor editorial changes. I've got to say, my profession does a wonderful exercise at tying itself in knots and disclosing every last iota of information. So we even seasoned professionals struggle to meet those requirements at times. So there it is. Our intention now is to publish this in the summary annual report in the Daily News, and I'll pass on to Amy that you may wish to go through a little bit more detail than I have.
Thank you, Mike. Yes, so just further to that, in your report was that operating deficit of 987,000. So our comments have been mirrored in the media release, that was better than the 4.2 million budgeted. So a combination of the postponement of work due to government policy change, which you can see in the both the resource management and the catchment management areas. But also a call out to our solid cost control and the higher than expected asset revaluations for both the investment properties and the river revaluation scheme. It is a very large document. I do know it relatively well. Happy to take any questions, but if I can't answer them on the spot, also I will come back to you on that.
Thank you, Amy. I must say I love the graphics and the way that it's been presented. That makes and all of the pictorials and things, that makes what could be quite a boring report very, very readable and engaging. So.
Chair, to that point, I do wish to acknowledge the work of Amy and the finance team who have burned the midnight oil to get us to here. This is one of the first, if not the first, annual reports and local government annual reports to be adopted. Many councils won't be adopting their annual reports until the new council meets. But also the comms team that have worked on the presentation of the material, the summary annual reports, the media releases and all the rest of it have done a wonderful job for us as well. So thank you for that.
Great. I'll reiterate that. Thank you. Tom.
Just to really back up that, I had a call from Deloitte on Friday as chair of the Audit and Risk, and complimentary of the team and council and being first. So that was good to hear, and there was nothing major in it, just a couple of housekeeping things that they'll attend to. But yeah, well done to the team, Mike and Amy and the team. Well done. It's good to have that result and positive. As he said, he works with a number of councils, and he really does enjoy coming back to this council because he knows he'll get the right answers and work together collaboratively. So that's really, really positive. So thank you.
We really do have a fantastic.
Makes my job a bit easier as chair.
We really do have a fantastic team, and it's not always good to be first, but in this case it is.
I must say I was really worried about the call.
Yeah.
I really don't know what's coming. So he said 3 o'clock. He made me hang out all day.
Just through you, I must apologise. Page 293 is actually our contact details. I have a change of address. I should have notified someone.
Yep.
I've been remiss on that, so I'll come back to you with that.
Yep. Any further comments or feedback?
Chairman?
Donald.
Just a comment. I see on page 154, you're talking there about the inflationary environment in which we're in with the significant policies imposed by central government. I think that probably needs to be highlighted in a lot of media publicity, because people don't actually understand that a lot of the costs that have been borne by councils, not just this council, imposed upon us, and with vigour and rigorous rules, and so we have to do what we have to do to make it work. And yeah, we've done very well to keep our constraints while complying with those rules. So people need to remember those things when they call for a rating cap.
With that said, Chair,
Anyone
I'm
else?
quite happy to move the recommendations on 148.
Thank you. I'll second that. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Against? There are none. Moving on, item number 13. Mike?
Yeah, this is a matter for council's information for both this period up to the election from 1 July and post the election. So the local Remuneration Authority has set remuneration levels for the whole year, and they've split it pre-election period and post-election period. We will process these changes. The new council will need to, once it has addressed its structure of its committees, and will then need to make the decisions on how it wishes to allocate its remuneration pool to reflect the additional duties of things such as chairs of those committees and that sort of thing. So this will come back to the new council for a lot more work. At this stage, it's just there for your information.
And from memory, it kind of happens in early in the next year, and then is back paid to people began.
That is correct, Chair. So what happened last triennium, for instance, or the beginning of this triennium, structure was established in the first meeting, then chairs and appointments were made, and then I think it was either the December or the February meeting, there was that process of how we allocate the pool. Recommendations then go to the Remuneration Authority. They have the ultimate sign-off as to what those remuneration levels will be.
Thanks, Mike. Any questions? Being none, I'll move this item. Second, please. Juanita, all those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Against? There are none. Before we move into public excluded, I'd just like to take this.
Chair,
Yes.
just a small question. We had a very late meeting of the Emergency Management Committee, which lasted about 15 minutes, just to confirm the report of the Taranaki Emergency Management Plan. Should that have been something we actually got approved here, or should it just... I just was thinking about that because does that make any difference?
No, the Joint Committee, by legislation, it's a requirement on the Regional Joint Civil Defence Committee to adopt the plan, so it's within their statutory delegations.
Well, we did have the meeting, and as I say, it was just a rubber stamp, really, just to get the thing done. We had a 10-minute meeting.
Okay. It sounds like we don't have to do anything here. Just at this point in time, I want to acknowledge everybody's work, all of the councillors, all of the work that you've put into this triennium. Well done, and thank you very much. There'll be an opportunity at the end of the meeting for those who are leaving to say a few words. But I want to take this opportunity, because we are still in a public meeting, to thank Steve, especially for his leadership this triennium, for the effort and the work and the commitment and the diligence he's put into his role. We think you do a fantastic job, and we're very lucky to have you. The directors, of course, you guys are absolutely amazing, and I don't know where we'll be without you, so thank you all very much. And to all of the staff, Finbar, Nicole, Marie, Charles, everybody, Amy, everybody who's here, and everybody who works in this place. So on behalf of all of us, a huge gratitude, and thank you for everything you put into this. Moving into public excluded now. I need a mover.
Happy to move.
Thanks, Anita, that's Donna. All those in favour, please say aye.
Aye.
Against, there are none. So what we have coming up is a Port Taranaki update.